Welcome back to another 49ers scouting session. I'm Grant Cohn. That's Jack Hammer. We work for the 49ers. They just don't know it yet. John Lynch came out today and said that Jimmy Garoppolo is definitely going to be, does he say that? Definitely going to be the quarterback next year? Something along those lines?
Something along those lines, yeah. He's definitely coming back. He's
okay,
a guy.
So,
he's healthy.
So we were talking about Sam Darnold yesterday. Forget Sam Darnold. We now need to look at the mid-round backup quarterback types because we're going to take John Lynch at his word, even though he said Joe Staley was coming back and so was DeForest Buckner. So today we're going to look at Jamie Newman, who didn't play this year. He transferred to Georgia, but in 2019 he was at Wake Forest, which apparently has a football program. And they played Duke, which also apparently has a football program. Who knew? And we're going to watch him in this game and see if he's a mid-round project that Kyle Shanahan could do something with.
Newman was a guy who was at the Senior Bowl along with Mac Jones and Kellen Mond. So it's worth taking a look at him. He's somebody that these pro teams are looking at, and you kind of hear his name thrown around as a late guy, like maybe late fourth on type of a player.
And real quick, before people start watching him, what does he bring to the table? Like, what's the little rundown of him?
In watching him on film, I didn't really know a whole lot about him until I saw him at the. I know that he was supposed to go to Georgia, opted out, and whatnot. And there's a lot of different speculation around that. It was one of those situations where he decided he was going to go to Georgia on his fifth-year option that they allow for the NCAA players, but then the kid from USC ended up there as well. I can't remember his name, and then Newman ended up opting out, and there's a lot of speculation that part of that was because he wasn't going to win the job anyway, and to kind of save face, opted out
on COVID or the pandemic or whatever you want to say.
Yeah. So what you're going to see is a guy that's extremely athletic. That's what you're going to see.
Got it. Big. Would you say he's got more athleticism, more juice than Kellen Mond?
Oh, he's definitely more athletic than Kellen Mond. Yeah, he's a cross.
So we're talking a big time upside theoretically.
Possibly, yeah.
Yes, in terms of athleticism and whatnot.
Yeah, from a running standpoint, you're going to see a guy that's Trey Lance.
Okay, and that's quite a compliment for a running quarterback because Trey Lance can run the hell out of the ball.
Yeah, so that's what we're gonna see with Jamie Newman as well.
Real quick, can you hear the construction in the background?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna mute myself as much as possible and interject here and there because this is. Sorry, I still live. I got the stinger, but I still live in the 1-bedroom apartment. I'm working slowly.
That's
all right. So let's watch. Let's watch. Here we go. Jamie Newman, half speed. Hold on. Always forget that part. Here we go.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of running in this one. So there's, and you watch one of the things that I hadn't watched Wake Forest at all until I started watching film on Newman a couple of days ago, and they just run the heck out of the ball. Okay. Yeah. And really, this is when you talk about Mike Singletary's days with the 49ers, and he says we're going to be physical with an F. I think this team, if he could have run an offense and picked out an offense, this is what he would have picked because this thing is like straight out of 1960s high school smash mouth football. It's really, really awful.
Right. I mean, look at the first play of the game. What are you establishing? First play of the game. You're running back, running between the tackles, lowering his shoulder, and running through a linebacker. So that's Jamie Newman. He's one hell of a physical runner for a quarterback, and that's cool.
Yeah, he's an extremely physical runner. He's fast and everything like that. So that's what you see. You see a lot of times with Wake Forest. It's funny. I know we're supposed to be talking about Jamie Newman, but heck, they'll do this, and it's almost like the two just kind of stand there at the mesh point, waiting for the defense to collapse before they decide that they're going to run a play.
Yeah,
it's really interesting football.
And also, I noticed with a guy like Newman, a guy like Lance, often the first play in the game is a design run for the quarterback because that's your best weapon. Establish it right off the bat. All right.
Yep, and that's what I've seen pretty much with them throughout.
Yep. Okay.
On their first, just for an example here, this is their first series is that we're watching now.
They're establishing the run.
Yeah, they run 9 plays before they finally have to get off the field, and they've run the ball, the first 8 of them.
Okay, so here he goes, empty backfield. Was going to be a little quarterback draw or scramble. Let's find out. He's definitely not going to throw it. Why would he do that? Up draw. I like that. And he's elusive. He's got the jump cut. You can see it, and he's going to fall forward, which is a nice feature for a college quarterback.
Yeah, no, he's definitely got the athleticism.
Yeah,
that's that part of it.
I mean, just look at him. He's got thick legs. He looks like about 6'3". He looks about 6'3", 225. He looks like an NFL player.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. He definitely has the size.
Yeah.
Yeah, he has that. I think that's part of why he was invited to the Senior Bowl, was all based off of.
Right. And if Georgia was interested in him, then look at this play. What is this play? So, wow. Okay. So you just pull 71 and have 36 be your lead blocker, and that's it. Okay, great. Yeah. Good stuff.
Yeah. And this is the kind of stuff that they run. One of the things, the other thing that I noticed is, I know we're watching this in slow-mo, but you can watch this in fast speed from the All-22, and it looks like it's in slow motion. I mean, you got Wake Forest and Duke, and Duke's not a bad team. They're a middle of the road team, Wake Forest as well, most of the time. But it's just so slow.
Yeah, I was telling Jack before we went on, I can't think of one NFL player who went to Wake Forest. I'm sure there are some. I just can't think of any off the top of my head.
Yeah, there's not very many, and there's a few from Duke, but
Daniel Jones.
Yeah, Ross Cockrell was a defensive back from there as well. It's, I think, still in the league.
Yeah. So these are two great basketball schools. I mean, kind of like my alma mater, UCLA.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Right.
So we can keep
again.
Yeah. Let's see.
He's got that little jump, that little Le'Veon Bell jump. I like this guy. So far, he looks like a good running back.
Yeah, that's one of the things that I was thinking. You know, we kind of joked around about Trey Lance. You know, should be taken in the 4th round as a tight end.
Yeah.
If you're looking at drafting a quarterback that should be playing another position, it's really this guy.
I like the way he jumps around and makes cuts. It seems like he can cut off both feet. He's creative. He's elusive. I mean, he gets tackled here, but
his footwork as a runner far exceeds what he can do.
Yeah.
As a passer. So
a little upright, he might get hurt. But I mean, who was that quarterback at Michigan when I was in high school who went on to become or in college, who went on to become a running back at Jacksonville? Denard Robinson.
Denard Robinson, yes.
Yeah, so it's happened. It's happened before.
Oh yeah, it's happened. You know, this is their first pass attempt, and he's going to get blown up. He doesn't have very good footwork. I mean, I watched him a little bit at the Senior Bowl with what they showed on the television stuff, and it's okay. He's sitting there. He's not looking anywhere other than where he wants to throw the ball the entire time. And you see this throughout the game with him. He picks a guy that he's going to throw the ball to, and for the most part, he's standing there looking for them. He delivers a decent ball. The ball's off a little high to the outside, so the receiver drops it.
Right. So he's pretty unrefined.
Yeah, he's extremely unrefined. I don't see anything with him really, honestly, that Kyle Shanahan's going to enjoy.
Right. No, but let's look at Jamie Newman. Since we know he's not going to be a 1st-round pick, and we don't have to nitpick him too hard. We know he's going to be a mid-round pick for obvious reasons. Let's look at him from the lens of a very confident offensive coordinator. You know, someone who could see this guy as a multi-year project who gets to sit on the bench for 2-3 years, or maybe forever until he shows something. And we're trying to see, does he have anything that we can work with since we're so good?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, we could definitely.
We're looking for like mid-round backups with upside.
Yeah, with this guy, I think we could bring him in and design some things around him. I mean, he might not be as I mean,
like if you want to add the Wildcat to the Niners, basically.
Pretty much, yeah. He could be that guy. He can be a guy that, he's going to be like a Cordell Stewart type of guy. You're not even that good of a passer, but that kind of a guy where you're.
Yeah, like instead of running the Wildcat with Jerick McKinnon, you could do it with this guy.
Exactly. Where you're able to use him as a wide receiver or whatnot, and then bring him in and run a Wildcat, like you just said. Perfect.
This is rough.
Yeah, it's really
okay.
That's the 2nd possession. Now they go to we're on the 3rd one already.
And he's just looking left and has no clue. And he just stands there. Oh, it looks like that when you're playing someone in Madden and they drop a controller. And the quarterback just stands there.
Yeah, or his controller, I think, died.
Broke or something. Yeah, out of batteries.
Yeah. So you're going to see that throughout. This is the reason that I had picked this game originally to show was it was actually one of his better games in terms of yardage and whatnot.
Oh.
There was a couple of his starts where I wanted to look at Clemson because Clemson was the best team that they played that year.
But it's just a joke, right?
Yeah, and he only threw 12 passes. I wasn't sure if he got hurt or something like that, but
there's just no chance. Yeah. Okay, so hands off. He's got to make one good play in this game, right?
Yeah, he makes a couple of them.
Because I actually enjoy watching him. I like watching running backs in slow motion from the end zone view. It's a lot of fun. And so far, this guy's given, he's more exciting to watch as a runner than Kellen Mond. I'll say that. Mond's kind of linear. He doesn't make a bunch of jump cuts like this guy.
Right. We just fast forward, I think, through one of his passes.
Oh, my bad. Sorry. Here we go.
Okay.
Okay, here we go.
They're going to run a little crosser, and it's a good job. They run two guys down the bottom. The first guy's covered, so he goes to the second. It's a nice little read. And that guy.
No, let's give him credit for this because he does have a guy in his face.
Mm-hmm. And this guy that he's throwing to is his best receiver, number 2. He makes a bunch of plays for them. We could just see, like, look at the footworks all over the place, but he sticks it in there.
I'm giving him credit for this because he's got the guy in his face. He resets, doesn't scramble, and then he has a second guy in his face, and he puts the throw pretty much on the money. It's not a far throw, but for an unrefined quarterback who's basically a wildcat running back, that's a nice play.
Yes.
I mean, Jerick McKinnon could not make that throw. Definitely not.
Not even when he was at Georgia Southern.
Not even when he was at Georgia Southern. That's nice. Okay, Jamie. I like that.
Yeah, right. No, he's not, and that's one of the things he's not awful. I mean, he's very unrefined. That's exactly that's a perfect way to put it.
Yes.
Because you're going to see he makes a couple of nice throws as this game rolls along.
Yeah.
They're gonna rip off a couple of nice running plays here.
Okay. Enough.
Yeah, this one right here was one of my favorites. Where they run a little ball, they run to the right here, and the back does a really nice job. Gets out there into the open field.
Oh, that's nice.
And then he just falls.
Oh, ACC football, baby!
I think the 30-yard line tackled him.
I like that little hesitation with the hezzy, and then he
30-yard line jumped up and said, "No more."
That's a doozy of the 30-yard line.
Yeah, they run the ball 2 more times, and we're going to get another pass.
Okay.
And it's similar. You see that they find success with these little crossers. They're easy routes for the quarterback. He's not having to do a whole lot. He's actually getting a little protection on this. The offensive line struggles a lot.
The whole way. That little flip throw.
Yeah, he puts it out in front of him. It's a good ball.
Yeah,
the guy's right on him.
No, I can see why Georgia would want him. I mean, you figure. Look, I mean, he's really unrefined, but he's at Wake Forest. Like, of course he's unrefined. Like, it's a basketball school. I don't even know who their coach is. Why don't we bring him to Georgia, put him in a more conventional offense, see what he's got, and then it never worked out. So he really is a project. I mean, he didn't even get the Georgia experience. That's too bad.
Yeah, unfortunately. It would have really helped him out.
And remember, this is 2019 footage we're watching here. He didn't even play this year.
Correct.
It's too bad.
He didn't play this year. He ended up in the Senior Bowl.
Yes, he did. And it sounded like he had like some wow moments in practice, but basically is an inconsistent player. That's,
that's what it was. He was very inconsistent. This one right here, this is their 3rd down play. And this one, it's going to be the next one. So run the ball here. The next one's supposed to be a wide receiver screen. And
on 3rd and 7, yikes. That's all they call. Okay.
Yeah, it's like we've seen a lot of times where they just run a guy across the middle, but if he just watches, I mean, it's absolutely atrocious. You got the receivers running into guys that are blocking, and it's awful, and he's out there just trying to make a play. I mean,
he's oh my god, this coach is ashamed of himself.
Division I football in the ACC, and you wonder why Clemson is in the championship game
exactly
every year.
So you got this guy running into that guy. Oh my god, this is terrible.
Yeah, that's my notes. I wrote down, LOL, what a mess. I mean, it's just because that's what it is. It's just a mess of a play.
It's like an Adam Gase play right there.
Almost. Yeah, it's almost as bad as that one we saw in the red zone from yesterday.
I just really like his athleticism. He's a hell of a scrambler. He kind of moves like I always compare it. Like Jalen Hurts, I feel like went to the Eagles and instantly was making plays like this. Jalen Hurts also misses wide open receivers. So
true.
God, wide open guys.
You just can't. With this guy, he's definitely an athlete. I'm not going to knock him for that because he really does a really good job with that.
Yeah, I mean, you can't. He's not just like a mobile quarterback. He's a hell of an athlete. He's more of an athlete than a quarterback. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, especially when you consider the offense that they're asking him to try to run and everything.
Ridiculous.
It's really rough.
Yeah.
Uh,
No, he's a good project for Georgia. Is he a good project for an NFL team? You don't have a lot of time. A lot of time these coaches get fired. The guy bounces around. It'll be tough, but if he can latch on to a good team and like develop for a few years on the bench, he might have a chance. Maybe he could go be Josh Allen's backup for a few years in Buffalo and just have no pressure and you'd never hear about him. But even then, everything would have to go his way. Oh, God. Poor guy.
Yeah, he's a guy that I think, you'd be able to possibly develop into a backup.
Yeah.
But it's going to take a couple of years. He's going to have to play.
You can't play him.
He's not going to be able to play. No, he's going to have to be a third string guy or a guy that you stash away on your practice squad.
Yeah.
Unless you're going to be utilizing him as a.
Oh, he always taking a shot. Oh no.
Yeah, they run a little. Yeah, they run a curl. He throws the corner. I think they're running some kind of a. They're supposed to read in the coverage. The DB sitting on top of him, so the receiver breaks it off into a curl, and I don't think he really ever sees him before he throws the ball.
I see. It's good stuff. Wait for it.
Yeah, so it's pretty bad. And then they come the next plays. They're going to go deep again, and this is again they're running a vertical route on the outside. He's going to be throwing it. I think he's throwing it to the middle guy that's running the fade right there at the 50. But he's wide open. He's got him down the field, and it's just a bad throw to the outside. As you watch it here, he's got a guy in his face, so he's throwing it as he's getting hit, but it's too far to this. It's overthrown and too far outside for him to get to it.
Yeah, I will give this guy credit. He's getting hit. I mean, he doesn't have a great pocket. But whew, okay. I'm still waiting for his nice play. Still waiting for the first nice one.
We're getting there.
Okay.
There's not very, there's going to be some in the passing game, but
let's see this run. Okay. That's a nice run.
This guy's got wheels. He's got wheels. He's strong. When you watch him run the ball, he's almost always falling forward. So if you wanted to put him as your, he's a guy that I would say you could probably turn him into a tight end. We talked about that. The guy that's from Virginia Tech that's a tight end for the Reds or for the football team in Washington.
Yes.
This guy is that kind of athlete. He's a big, strong kid. You might want to draft him mostly for that kind of a.
I mean, he kind of reminds me of Taysom Hill just in terms of his athleticism size. It's not like Taysom Hill's scanning the field or he's okay as a thrower, but I don't know. I mean, maybe if you could put him on a team like that, the kind of guy you bring in as the Wildcat quarterback on the 7-yard line.
Yeah,
like that package of things. Yeah.
Yeah, that kind of role would be something that you could possibly use him at, because that's definitely I could see him being able to run the ball in the National Football League.
Like let's say you went real forward thinking and your quarterback was Josh Rosen. But Josh Rosen can't move, and you want like a platoon. You want to pair him with someone who can move. You would pair him with someone kind of like this, who is a great runner and can throw like a defined read, maybe if it's open.
Yeah.
Because maybe we'll see a quarterback by committee in the next few years. It could happen. You never know.
You see that in college every once in a while.
They're
throwing a little curl down here to the bottom, and it's just it's good placement. And it's the outside, but it's just too high.
Yeah. It's just not. And I say Kellen Mond isn't naturally accurate. He's a whole lot more accurate than this guy.
Oh yeah, we've and the part of why I wanted to look at Newman is because Jamie Newman is a name that people have been bringing up as a draft, somebody to draft. I just saw him on a mock draft the other day going to the 49ers in the 5th round. Well,
I mean, I think the 5th round is about where he's going to go.
Yeah.
But I would be more interested in Kellen Mond higher in the draft than this guy, who I think a lot would have to go his way for him to ever become a starter.
Well, yeah, and then
so far.
This is a good play right here, though. They run a little waggle off of play action. He rolls out and he puts the ball right on the running back, hits him right between the numbers, and the running back just drops it. Almost gets picked off. That's not his fault. That's something that he's got the athleticism to do it. I just don't see him as a quarterback for the 49ers. I don't see this as when we watch him play, I don't see him as somebody that Kyle Shanahan's going to say, I want to try to develop this guy.
Yeah, unless he has some, some vision of evolving like Sean Payton and using a guy the way Payton does, because they're somewhat similar. I think they steal from each other. But I don't know if Kyle bringing Josh, what's the guy's name? Josh Johnson onto the team signals a change in approach, but it's possible. But again, you'd be bringing him on the team to basically be your Taysom Hill, your gadget player who's not really a quarterback, but maybe you give him 5 plays a game and he enhances your red zone offense or your running game, something like that.
Yeah, that would be about the limit, I would think.
And I mean, geez, in the 5th round, it's an interesting thing. If it's kind of a luxury, but if you're taking a punter in round 4, maybe you think about a little Taysom Hill guy in round 5. I don't know. Was Taysom Hill even a draft pick, or was he under?
Well, this right here, this is a really nice play right here while we're talking. They run that little where they fake it and then he follows them through. It's a really nice run.
Yeah.
He gets through there, he gets untouched and makes the one-man miss and he's gone.
See, what I like about Jamie Newman is I feel like he's the same exact thing as Trey Lance. But Trey Lance is going to go in the top 15 for some reason, and this guy can actually be a backup, develop on the bench, be Taysom Hill. There's no expectations for him. And like the physical difference in terms of their stature, their 40 time is probably pretty slim.
Yeah. I was thinking of Lance a little bit, with this as well. But when, we were pretty harsh on Lance with his throwing ability. When you compare Lance and this guy, I think Lance is, you can see why Lance is looked at as a, where he is when you compare him to somebody like, because him and Newman are very similar in their measurables and everything and what they bring to the table.
Yeah.
Lance, even with his limitations as a thrower at this point, is still far ahead of where Newman is.
Right. And that is going to get Lance drafted in the top half of the 1st round. And the expectations for Lance is that he's going to develop into a Pro Bowl quarterback. And there are no expectations for Jamie Newman. It's the only thing I like about it. As opposed to getting some mirage in round 1, you get something realistic with upside maybe in round 5. Now, the Niners have a lot of needs. I don't know if this is one of them, but I just like the idea of someone who has this, comparing him to Lance and being, well, I'll take this guy 5 rounds later. I don't care. Yeah, Lance is better. I'll take this guy 5 rounds later.
Yeah, from that standpoint, yes, I agree with you.
From that standpoint, yeah.
Yeah, because I personally don't understand Lance in the 1st round. No. I mean, there's
day 3.
Yeah, he's a late day 2, beginning of day 3 kind of a player because of the amount of time I think it's going to take for him to get up to the speed at the NFL level.
For a guy that would look, yeah, sorry, yeah,
that's okay.
Nice, for a little Taysom Hill guy, I like his setup and his quick release, his short stroke. It's functional.
Yeah, he's functional without, if he doesn't have to, if you give him really defined plays and he's able to see it before the snap, he's going to make it like this is a pretty basic play, but it's a nice throw. He hits him right, gets to his last step and he hits him on time. And then he comes out and does this right here, which makes me look silly for giving him a hard time.
Oh, let's see it. Okay. I root for the day 3 picks. I like to see a career backup show. Don't you? Oh, wow. Good for Jamie Newman. Hell of a throw. Nice. Outside the numbers. I love that.
Yeah. Puts it up there. It's not a perfect throw, but it's not bad at the same time. And he puts it where his receiver can make a play. It's
not perfect, not bad, good enough.
No, it's good placement. That it's a thing outside. It's okay that it's underthrown because of where he put the ball. It's not going to get intercepted, and he allows his receiver to make a play. And he's throwing it to his best receiver, number 2.
Yeah, he doesn't look over there immediately. He puts some air underneath it. The guy has to slow down, and he makes a hell of a catch. Yeah, but I like that throw. Nice going, Jamie Newman. That's a good throw for a round 5 pick.
Yeah, for what we've seen of him.
Who's a running back? I mean, geez.
Yes.
Nice throw. Yeah, I mean, if you are looking for a Taysom Hill type, you want someone who can push it down the field. Taysom Hill sure can.
Yeah. Yeah, he can. He has an extremely strong arm.
Exactly.
Newman has a strong arm too. We're going to see that.
I agree.
We kind of saw that one right there. It was a little behind him, but there's another one that's going to be coming up where you see him be able to air it out.
And like when Taysom Hill comes in the game for most of the time, when Breeze is healthy, it's usually to run the ball or like make a throw to one read, a clearly defined read, not like sit back and scan the field.
Yeah, we're going to come out. We're going to do a, maybe kind of a flea flicker kind of thing where we're going to make it look like a run. We're going to toss the ball back to you, and you're going to be able to throw it down, 50 yards down the field, and we're going to hit it.
And you look at one guy, if he's open, go for it. If not, run, scramble.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's exactly how they use him most of the time.
Yeah. And that's how this guy's not going to become a full field progression. It's just not going to happen. But there's maybe a role, a place in the modern NFL for a day 3 guy making $750K who can come off the bench and give you a little something. I don't know. Gadget players are on the rise, Jack.
Yeah. No, you're right. There's roles for it, especially with them starting to. We'll see if they allow the expanded rosters again in 2021. If you can have a couple extra guys up on game day, that kind of stuff.
Good call.
More likely.
If you do have a guy like this, he has to play special teams, right?
He's got to be able to do something other than just hold the clipboard for 5, except for 5 games. So you
don't have one team to play like 3 snaps a game, and
covering kicks, personal protector on punt kind of stuff.
That's right.
That's the kind of role that you'd expect.
And you can get him to buy into that if he's a 5th round pick. It's like, dude, you want to stick in the NFL? You're going to learn how to play special. You're going to learn today, and you got the athleticism for it.
Yeah. He definitely does. I mean, he's like we both said, he's a big dude. So.
No, I kind of like the idea. It's because I've been talking a lot about going cheap at the quarterback position. If you go cheap and you have a guy like Andy Dalton, be nice to have a backup like this who's totally different. And when say your run game is kind of stalling with Andy Dalton, bring this guy in certain situations, get it going, and give the defense another look. I think it's kind of cool. But again, you're not developing him to be he's not Deshaun Watson. He's never going to be that. You have to understand what this guy is, even best case scenario.
Yeah. Exactly.
He's a mid day 3 pick.
Yeah, he's 6'4", 230, so he's got the size, he's got athleticism.
It's not like, Kyle's going to turn him into freaking no.
No, he's not going to be a guy that's going to be
no.
You're not going to be drafting him to be a guy that's going to become a starter for you.
No, but if you want to get a gadget player at quarterback who he's maybe because I like the way he runs and he's got a strong arm and his receivers are giving him that's no help. It's not he doesn't place it well, but come on, dude.
Yep.
Bodies around him too. I like that. I mean, he's no stranger to pressure at this terrible school. You see how I want to like the day 3 picks and I want to hate the day 1 picks. I'm sorry. It's just how I am.
You like to root for the underdog.
I always do.
I get it.
I always do. I want to see something in these guys.
Well, this one right here, this one's really bad though too. They're running a curl and this looks like me on the golf course. He's throwing the curl out there and he's about 5 yards short.
Oh my God.
that looks me on the first tee most of the time.
What in the world? Just when I want to like you, Jamie. Just when I want to like you. Tell me that got tipped. Give me an excuse.
It doesn't look like it got tipped because it looks like it's a spiral into the ground.
Oh God.
But that's okay. I mean,
he doesn't look like a guy who played baseball growing up, I'll put it that way. Not the most natural thrower.
Was he a baseball player growing up?
It doesn't look like it. I wouldn't guess.
Oh, okay.
I wouldn't think so. Maybe he was. Oy. Okay. Dang, Jamie. That's rough.
Yeah.
I predict someone's going to draft him to be their Taysom Hill. Whether he can pull it off is another deal. But I think that's got to be, if you take him, that's your vision.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, that's that's kind of one of those things that's where the NFL is right now, right? One of the things that you're seeing is teams kind of trying to mimic other ones, and the Saints have found some success with it with Hill. Right. So
I wouldn't be surprised if the Saints' idea for the future when Drew Brees leaves is to go quarterback by committee, because they don't seem to be. I mean, they have Winston, they have Hill. They could use both of them. I don't know what they're planning on doing, actually. But it seems to me if you have this dirt cheap quarterback like Jameis Winston who can't move, you might want a guy like this backing him up.
Yeah, you're going to have to, I think, to have somebody that can come out and
do something different.
Give a different look every once in a while.
A different look. Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay, Jamie. Let's see if you got any more good throws in you. Because that one deep one I liked.
Well, there's
I canceled it out with that worm burner.
There's a couple more.
He's a serious runner, though. This guy can help any team's run game. And you see in the NFL a lot of teams going to wildcat stuff in the red zone.
You do. And what's nice about this guy is he can do it inside and outside because he's got the speed. So it makes it a little bit easier for the coach to be able to call the plays because you don't have to necessarily go straight ahead.
Yeah.
You can run it outside. He's strong enough to be able to run between the tackles.
Yes.
He's kind of like Colin Kaepernick on steroids from that perspective, but he's a much more Kaepernick was very fast in a straight line. He wasn't very good side lateral movement.
No, this guy has all the change of direction, the changing gears. He's really good.
The way that he hops and moves around, he looks like a running back.
Yes, he's dangerous. And again, you can't take your Taysom Hill guy in round 1. If you're drafting Trey Lance, he can't be that, even though that might be what he's perfect for. But this guy, I mean, there's no expectations. If he can pull off Taysom Hill, some team will be happy. That's the pie in the sky expectations.
Yeah, and you saw him right here. He's got the ball and he does a nice job of getting upfield for a first down.
He's got that explosive cut.
Yeah, he's very quick out of the cut. So now they got 1st and 10, and this is what you've been looking for right here.
Okay, here we go. Nice straight drop.
And he's got the
blitz. He's got it picked up, and he just throws that. Oh, nice! Oh, he's going to hit it.
Yep, little double move over there, and just a perfect ball.
Oh, nice! Way to go, Wake Forest. That's probably the first time they executed that play all week. Jeez. I bet they hit it, though. Wow. Oh, let's watch from the end zone. Look, it's for a running back who can also throw the ball down the field. Those are some nice tools. I mean, you don't find a quarterback with these tools. I can see why people keep being intrigued by it. They're like, all right, let's bring him to the Senior Bowl. Let's bring him to – I can see it. But, geez, that's really nice. He's got air under the deep ball. That's nice.
Yeah, it's a really nice ball, this one.
Yeah.
We've seen him throw a couple of them. The first one wasn't very good. The next two aren't bad. And that one's about as good as you can throw that ball.
But basically, if you have him as your – you can actually have a package of deep throws along with his quarterback-driven runs. That's basically what New Orleans does with Taysom Hill. He'll take some shots. He doesn't throw very much.
Yeah,
I mean, I know he had a couple of starts this year, and I didn't watch him that carefully. Maybe he can run the whole offense now. But he's been there for like 4 or 5 years.
Right. He's running more of the offense down because they had to. But yeah, definitely. This one right here is kind of a funny play because it's a little bit of it's an RPO type of a look. And I don't think it might not even be an RPO. It's just that they're so slow in their play action and they're running normally.
Yeah.
He just holds it. They're holding it for so long. Pulls it, tries to hit this.
Yikes.
The umpire ducks down and still almost gets hit.
Yeah. No, but he's a good personal protector on punt team because you could catch it and run it. He could catch it and make a throw, maybe. He's not that great throwing over the middle, but he's got the arm strength to throw it outside and deep.
Yeah, no, he's got the ability to make a throw every once in a while.
Yes, that's the nicest thing you can say.
There's
every once in a while, right there.
Yeah, he's very. This is something they do a lot with him. He just it's a short.
Stick right to the tight end, basically.
Yep, that's exactly what it is, and he sticks it right on him.
Yeah, gimme.
Yep. As a 49er fan, if you sat through the Jim Druckenmiller years, this guy's not going to be a whole lot worse than Druckenmiller win in the first round. So,
ACC, right? Or was Virginia Tech ACC back then?
I think they were. I'm pretty sure.
There it is again. Let's go back to it. Okay.
Yeah.
Our most successful play. Okay, handoff. Handoff up the middle. I don't know what happened there. Oh, did he throw it? Yes, he did. Okay, let's see. Play action. He's wide open. Don't miss him. Don't miss him. Don't. Oh, God.
Yeah, that's the kind of play that you're just talking about there, where you bring him in and you want to try to almost throw like a little bit of a trick play at him. You're used to this guy coming to run all the time, and you're able to suck the defense in, and you got a guy sprinting down the middle of the field.
Now they can't block it. Who messes up? This guy. But yeah, basically he can make a throw if he has a pristine pocket. Otherwise, it's off. Ugh.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, well, at least we know. Okay, there's no misunderstanding about what this guy's going to be in the NFL. At best, Taysom Hill. That's the vision. And again, I don't think the Niners should write off adding that to their offense because they're a run-first team. They could benefit from it, but again, it would have to be at like the right value. You don't trade up in round 4 for Jamie Newman like you did for Joe Williams.
Yeah, right. Exactly. You're going to pick if you're going to get him there, you're getting him wherever you're sitting. If he's sitting on the board and he's the best player available at that point, that's where you take him. If you haven't.
But the Niners, they need to draft a quarterback before round 5. That's the thing.
They do.
Yeah, I mean, they could take Jamie Newman, but they really need someone more than a gadget guy. They need a guy that can really develop into a starter. That's what they're probably looking for.
Yeah, well, that's why I say towards the end of the draft. So you're looking at maybe 5, 6, 7. At that point, you've got a quarterback already off of maybe in the second round or the third that you're expecting you're going to be able to develop. Let's say they take Kellen Mond in the third round. Right. So that's the guy they're expecting. Let's just say Newman's sitting there in the 6th. You take him and say, hey, this is the guy that we can bring in, and we can do all these other things with him. Maybe he's not. Maybe they're not even going to look at him as a quarterback. Maybe they're going to look at him as just an athlete that they can.
Yeah, kind of like a Jalen Hurts athlete who can just be positionless and be a weapon in their run game or something.
Yes. Yeah. On this one, he's looking the whole time to the left.
Yeah.
Just kind of. Yeah. There's guys open, and part of it he's got so much pressure around him, so that hurts him too.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, he really is the best athlete on the field, it looks like, and he's not getting a lot of help. He's really unrefined, but there's something I like about him. He's a real tough kid. I don't know. I like him. I would not like him in the first round. If people were saying draft all over this.
No, correct. Yeah.
But this guy doesn't have any hype. What are you doing here? Are you running? No. Okay, hold on. Their offense is just – it's like take as much time behind the line of scrimmage as possible. That's what their offense is. I lose you?
No, I'm here.
Okay.
I'm here.
Oh, flag. That's exciting. Run play. Oh, he's got it. There's nothing. So what's he do? Bounces. Takes 2 guys to bring him down. Okay, third and 9. See what he does. 1-on-1 on the outside.
Yeah, it's going to be a nice one right here. He's going to hit the drag. Hits him in stride. Good job by the receiver.
Yeah, and for a Taysom Hill type quarterback, I just want to give him credit. He always has bodies around him, and he's used to it. It's nice.
Yeah, he has. Yeah, he doesn't have a whole lot of help, and he's got to just make do.
Yeah, exactly. I like that.
And there's not anything super special about it, but the fact that he hits a receiver in stride and allows him to keep going and making the 13-yard gain right there. That's a nice play.
Yeah, it is. For a guy who's going to be a career backup at best, probably. At least that he can maybe develop into a serviceable passer who can give you some juice on the ground. You're not asking him to drop back and figure it out. Hey, we're going to call a couple play action passes. If it's not there, just go, just run.
Yeah, exactly. That's pretty much what you're doing.
Just run. Yeah. If these cheap quarterbacks become a thing, then quarterback platoons could happen. I don't know. If you have Kyle Trask, you might just want to double up and draft Jamie Newman too, because the way they used Kyle Trask at Florida was to take him out sporadically in the red zone for Wildcat quarterbacks.
Yeah, they did. They did. Yeah. And they also ran the ball a lot with Trask as well.
They did, as this kind of the way they used to run Tebow up the middle.
Yeah, I mean, can you imagine? Jamie Newman in that offense would have been a heck of a runner.
Oh, yeah, it would be great. Okay. Curl. Yeah, a lot of stationary targets for Jamie Newman. Curls goes and drags.
Yeah, that one gets batted down. That's not his fault.
No. Yeah, Chris Jones them. There he goes.
Nice little run for a couple.
Definitely.
This is one of my favorites. So he's trying to throw the right. He's going to get sacked.
Oh, nice.
Not sure what's going on, and he just flips it back to his running back.
Nice.
Who gains 5 yards.
Field. He's got a little athletic feel.
Oh yeah, he's an athlete. He's 100% an athlete. He's out there doing the best that he can. Yeah, they got him by the foot. He's not going down. And here, take it.
That's a heads-up play.
Yes, keep the play alive.
I like that. Some guys are like trained quarterbacks and have zero athletic gifts and savvy. And like, I'm guessing Eli Manning, you know what I mean? Like, I have a feeling he couldn't golf, play tennis, do anything other than play quarterback. It's fun to see a real good athlete play quarterback sometimes.
Yes. Oh yeah. And then, here they come back to the pass and they're going to run their drag, which they run quite a bit. We saw this one earlier where they ran both guys across like that. Once again, he's taking the first one. He's got both of them. The second one's more open.
Yeah, but Jamie Newman isn't even gonna. Asking him to see that is like, come on, that's a bridge too far.
Yes, exactly. He sees him and he gets it to him.
Yeah, he does. And now we got 1st and 10.
Yes, this is gonna be another nice one. He's gonna go to number 2, run a little in, right around the 50.
Nice. See it from the other angle.
Newman's
right in his face, so he knows what it's like to be on the Niners. He can step in.
Yeah.
That's what it's like right there. Yes, a couple more inches and you got Tommy John.
That's true.
Throw. Beautiful. Good job, Jamie.
Yeah, so not a bad one there.
I think he'll get drafted.
I think somebody's going to take a chance on him, yeah.
I'm going to take a chance on him. Be interested to see which team does it. You got to have a real specific vision for him.
Yes, you do.
Yeah. Seems like the kind of guy John Gruden would take a chance on.
And look at he's running the ball. He's just, he's shrugging people off as he's running down the field. It's just a heck of a run.
He really bounces quickly. Boom. And then he's going to do it again. And now he's going to make that nice cut up field. Nice. Shrugs you off. Goodbye. It takes like 2 of these Duke guys to bring him down. Most times. Nice.
Yeah. He's always, it sounds funny to say it about a quarterback, but when he runs the ball, he's always going forward. He's never getting just tackled and knocked back. It's always forward.
He's by far their biggest, most physical ball carrier.
Yes.
When he hands it off, he's like handing it off to scat backs. It seems like.
Yeah. Yeah, they're not doing a whole lot there.
This guy is 25. It's like his little brother.
Yeah, what you said he's standing next to him.
Little brother.
I think he's 6'4", 230. He's a good size, really good size player.
Nice. He's Kaepernick size.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Taysom Hill size. You got to be big and imposing to be the next Taysom Hill. You can't be 6'2", 210. This is serious. And that's why he's lowering the shoulder, because that's his game. Here he goes. Right. And this is how he's going to be used in the NFL. Boom, boom. See, he is a little upright. And when he gets that spin in the NFL, this hit is going to knock him out. He needs to be careful in the NFL with that one.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Not a Duke, but in the NFL, that'll hurt.
It'll be a lot harder.
Oh. But he took that one and kept moving. Nice.
Yeah, takes him right down to the 5.
Yeah. And so where is he here? Wildcat.
They're in a Wildcat. He's up at the top of the screen as a receiver.
Why would you do that? He is your what are you doing? Get him back there. I guess he just took a big hit.
Yeah, there's really no reason. There's really zero reason to take him out.
This guy. Look at this guy. It looks like Mike McDaniel. Oh, look at that. Look at this run. He just stops.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
He's like, well, I guess I can't go this way.
It's almost designed that way. It's almost like they're just trying to sucker everybody in, and then they want him to bust out. You're going to see there's one, I think I don't know if we passed it up already. Okay. And that's exactly what happens, though.
This running back. Okay. Here he goes. All right. So now 25 is blocking. All right. 20. Nice vision. He's got great vision as a runner.
He's a terrific runner. There's no doubt in that. This is nice. They run a little slant, hits him right in stride.
That is nice.
There's only one guy there to beat.
If you're looking for the Taysom Hill of 2021, this guy might bowl for this guy in the NFL. I'm just curious to see which team has the imagination. That's what it takes. You need some imagination to bring this guy into your team because he's not going to be, Jimmy Garoppolo. He's not going to be Derek Carr, but he's going to be one of the best athletes on your team as a 5th round pick. That's nice. You just got to get him playing some special teams.
Yeah, exactly. I think your point is, I think the more you talk, and you're jockeying me into this whole Taysom Hill thing with him.
I mean, I don't know if the Niners have envisioned a Taysom Hill on their team, but if they do, this is the guy. I mean, and I haven't. There might be other guys I'm not aware of, but so far he seems to check the boxes. I got to see him. See, the thing about Taysom Hill is he can really catch. He can do everything. I got to see that from this guy, but he's interesting. He can hit too. Taysom Hill can tackle. And he runs like a 4.3. We'll see if this guy has that kind of juice.
He's a heck of a. He's a really good runner.
I like him so far. See what he does here. Don't hand it off to 36. Okay. Oh, he throws it. Okay.
Yeah, they're going for 2 here, and he throws it into a crowd in the middle.
Yeah.
He has the out on the top of the screen open, but he's not looking there.
But he's Jamie Newman, so doing the best he can over here. Yeah, he's wide open. God. Oof. Picked really.
Yeah.
Oh, he's blocking. Oh, he's passing. Okay, here we go.
Yeah, this is the nice ball right here. This is a deep throw down the sideline. Guy's well covered, and he drops this one right into. Well, not that one. Not the flat one. I'm sorry. Yeah. I'm getting ahead of myself. I thought you were on to the next one already. That
ball everywhere.
Yeah, this one's a bad. It's not even his fault. His running back starts going to the flat and trips over the trips right there. He's falling before the ball gets thrown.
Okay. Poor guy. Okay.
But this is a nice ball. He's got a little bit of pressure. He moves and he drops this one in. It's a really nice ball.
Oh, that is nice. Because for a lot of reasons. Let's just go through it. Slow motion. All right. So he looks right first. Good. Don't give it away. Now he looks left and there's pressure. He resets, and he's not parallel here. And he's going to fire a bullet.
Yeah, he lays it right up. It's perfect ball placement.
He's got tools. This guy's interesting. I hope some team can turn him into their Taysom Hill. I think they could do it. I mean, New England might be interested in a guy like that. Josh McDaniel might have the creativity for that. The Buccaneers might have the creativity for that. Although Tom Brady would probably say, hell no, get the hell out of here. Get off the field, buddy. We don't do that here.
Yeah.
Someone. Maybe Gruden. Maybe Shanahan.
Maybe
Shanahan. I mean, Harbaugh wanted a guy like that. He was intrigued in this kind of guy. He recruited Taysom Hill to Stanford, but Taysom Hill had to go do his mission.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're going to run the ball the rest of the way. But that last throw was a really nice one.
That was beautiful. That gives me hope that he can become a gadget player who gets actual snaps every game down the line. I don't know if he should be doing that as a rookie, but maybe down the line. Yeah. Remember how they used Colin Kaepernick his first year? I mean, they'd bring him in 1 snap a game for a quarterback, basically.
Yes.
That's how I would break this guy in. I wouldn't give him the full reins, but I think that's an interesting way to use him. And again, you wouldn't take him in round 2 like Kaepernick. This is a late round, swing for the fences type of pick.
Yeah, like that Kaepernick thing in 2012 would be in the. Remember they were doing a lot of shifting back and forth between the two. Right. It was quite a.
He was kind of experimenting Harbaugh with a quarterback platoon, and he got a lot of criticism for it. Nice run, 36.
Yeah, he really did get a lot of criticism for it. Nice job lowering his shoulders when that guy over.
It's Mike LaFleur out there. got to give it to him again after that. Does he do it? Wow. Like the Make-A-Wish kid that's on the field. He did it. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Nice. No, that guy's going to the NFL. Are you kidding? You see that move at the end? 6th-round pick.
I think he almost gets in the end zone.
Hell yeah. Mr. Irrelevant. I love it. All right. 36. Human victory cigar. Icing out the victory. Or are they winning?
They are, yes.
They won. 39 points.
Yeah. I mean, you've really sold me, I think, though, on this guy as a Taysom Hill. The Taysom Hill role wasn't something that I was thinking of when I was watching the film. But the more you talked about it, the more I could see him being that kind of a player, because Taysom Hill, they don't just line him up as a quarterback either. He's out there as a running back. He's a receiver. He's all over the field. So that could be something that's what this guy would be. It's exactly who you'd want him to be. Yeah.
And it's like, every year they talk about this guy's going to be the Taysom Hill of this draft. There hasn't been one since Taysom Hill. He's been a one of a kind, but it seems like this guy has some similarities, because to be Taysom Hill, you basically have to be the most athletic player on the team. Taysom Hill is a serious athlete.
Yes.
You have to be physical, strong, fast, really fast, and you have to have a pretty strong arm. So I think this guy has those things. You also have to be with a really creative coach who is committed to you. And Taysom Hill has that in Sean Payton. I don't know if Jamie Newman can find that in the NFL, but if he can, he's got a shot. Maybe Josh McDaniel, maybe Kyle Shanahan. Let's talk about it. Do you think the Niners would benefit Wildcat Taysom Hill gadget player on their team?
Yeah, they could definitely use that. I mean, one of the areas that Shanahan's always struggled in is in the red zone with getting the ball into the end zone. Having a guy like that you can use in different ways that can really put pressure on the defense wouldn't be the worst thing to do. And if with a guy like Newman, if you can line him up all over the field for maybe 10 to 15 plays a game, every once in a while it's going to be as a quarterback, but most of the time it's in other areas. I could see him being worth a pick.
Only problem to me is that the Niners, he couldn't be the only quarterback they take. They really do need to take a quarterback that they could develop into a starter. So if they take him, he'd be like the second quarterback they drafted, the way I see it. If he's the only quarterback they take, I'm scratching my head a little bit.
No, I totally agree with you. That's what I was saying. It's a situation where they either take a quarterback in the, say they take a quarterback in the first round, they come back, take another guy in the 5th or 6th or something like that. That's the kind of thing.
You spent two picks on quarterbacks. Maybe.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe.
But in Newman, you're not looking at him as he's a quarterback that you're looking as an athlete that's going to come in and do. Well, yes, exactly. He's your offensive weapon. He's your new Kyle Juszczyk.
Exactly. And at 6'4", 230, maybe he could play a little fullback. Maybe he could be the new Jalen Hurts. They're all kind of in there. I kind of like it. Let's send this to Kyle Shanahan. We found your Taysom Hill. You owe us $5 because we did the research this time. I think when Jamie Newman makes it at Taysom Hill, people are going to remember that we identified him today.
Well,
24th.
Exactly. Well, this guy when we watch him catch the ball, running the ball and stuff like that, instead of Jalen, did you say Jalen Hurts?
Yeah.
Is that who you're talking about? Think about the guy that the 49ers drafted a couple of years ago, Hurd. Isn't it Hurd?
Hurd, yeah.
Yeah. Yes. Everybody wants to see play wide receiver. That's what this guy would be, right? You throw him the ball and let him catch the ball and run over people. He could be a big
30 as well. Same body type.
Yes.
Played running back. Exactly. It's the next gadget player. Yeah, no, I think this Jamie Newman guy is interesting. And he needs to go to a team with a creative offensive coach. He shouldn't go to the Denver Broncos. But I think there's like 5 or 6 teams that have these forward-thinking offensive guys, McDaniels, Shanahan, Reed. I don't know if Reed would need, but you know what I'm talking about, that if he ends up there in a couple, could happen. So I'm thinking the Niners, why not? They would have to draft a quarterback earlier in the draft, but they could go into camp with, just get rid of Jimmy Garoppolo and go cheap and have him be one of a smorgasbord, a poo-poo platter of different types of quarterbacks. I don't know.
Yeah, we've seen already examples of Shanahan and Peyton kind of stealing from each other. Yes. So why not go this route too? If you told me on this.
Yeah, if you want like a mobile quarterback off the bench, forget Cam Newton. That guy's taken 8,000 hits in his career. This guy has He's taking a year off. He's got fresh legs. Be interesting. All right. We just figured it out. We found the Niners. Taysom Hill. Great work. Great work, Jack. This was very productive.
Good job, Grant.
All right. I'll see you in the round table tomorrow.